All right, what up, Internet? This is the Pop Geek Podcast, episode number 25. So we've made it to a quarter of 100.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good mathing right there. All right, so today on the show, we're going to be talking about we're going to do a quick update on the Divison Gear update.
Yeah, there was an image that was
sets.
released that actually details all the perks and stuff you have to get and what each gear piece does.
I think when we did the quick cast, we stumbled through it.
Yeah.
I might have had one of the names or something, but we'll give you all four, give you a quick rundown of what you get. That'd be kind of cool. We're going to talk a little bit of cross-platforming play. Sony has been nibbling at the possibility of cross-platform play. We can finally play Destiny with Adam.
Yeah.
And then,
first you'll get to play Rocket League with Adam.
First it'll be Rocket League, which will be more fun anyway.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we got the PlayStation Vue. We'll do a quick recap of this. This is getting a lot of commercials are coming out about it. It's been out for over a year already. We'll just kind of break it down, talk about it. Is this something you would even be interested in?
Right, yeah.
And then finally, Star Wars. What do you know?
Yes.
Just in time for our podcast, they released a trailer for the new Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And we'll kind of break down a little bit of what all that means and some of the cool little stuff and rumors that are coming out about Rogue One.
Yeah, I like they look good.
Yeah, I think it looks great. Starting off with the Division, what they've done is they've created a gear set, which I guess is really similar to Diablo 3. Again, I don't know a lot about Diablo 3, but I hear the constant reference to this game through the Division.
Yeah,
I used to play Diablo.
Yeah. And, it's apparently really similar. Aside from you're in a giant dungeon fighting devils and shit.
Oh.
But
there'll be 4 gear sets, 3 of which you can get in the PvE modes, and then only 1 set you can get while you're in the Dark Zone.
Right, and you don't ever get them as complete sets, right? Don't you get pieces?
You get pieces. It's kind of like Destiny where you get pieces here and there, and you have to try and make sure and find the whole set.
Right, but once you get the whole set, it unlocks perks based on how many you have. So it starts at 2. Yeah,
so the first one is Strikers.
Let's run through the list of names.
Okay, so you got Strikers Battle Gear, which is more like your heavy damage dealing guy. Then you got the Tactician's Authority, which can be all your skill-based playstyle, a lot of skill power, a lot of gadgets and stuff. For me. I love that. That's
probably for you.
Sentry's Call, which is going to be your Marksman's Gear set. Gives you a lot of extra perks for marksmen and headshots. And then the last one, which is the Dark Zone, was the Path of the Nomad, which will make you more... help you survive more in the Dark Zone.
Because I mean the Dark Zone could be a total crapshoot. Yeah, and it's that's what's fun and what's crazy about it is that's what it's for. Yeah, but it's cool that there's going to be a perk set based on that. Like if that's your style of gameplay, like because I know a lot of guys who play Destiny or Halo or whatever who are just PvP players.
Yep,
they don't give a damn about story. They want to go and play PvP. Yeah, this is kind of their answer to the PvP.
Yeah, it's like the Call of Duty guys. They just when the first thing they do is just jump right into multiplayer. They don't even play the campaign. It's like whatever. Yeah. And then they'll go back to it eventually when they're bored of PvP.
When they're done with PvP.
But the Strikers Battle Gear is pretty cool because if you equipped at least 2 pieces of gear, you'll get the 20% increase in enemy armor damage. Right. If you equip 3 pieces of gear, you'll get, on top of the 20%, 100% critical hit damage. So that's crazy. That's doubling your damage for critical hits. Yeah.
That would almost like benefit you, like especially if you had a funky gun. Well, at this point, you're probably leveled all to hell as it is. But like, if I wanted to go back and use something for fun.
If you use this gear set with an SMG that already has a high critical hit chance and high critical hit damage, there you go. You're dealing a ton of damage. Right. And then if you equip 4 pieces of gear, you'll get the special perk called Shooter. Every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage and stacks up to 100%. Missing a shot drops the bonus by 2%. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second. So as long as you get like a long magazine, a big magazine,
a lot of guys, and not miss a lot.
Well, like one gun I have is the Pac-Han. It's a named high-end light machine gun, and it has 88 rounds in its in its magazine. And it's got good stability with the LMGs. If you hold it down, it gets narrower. This is going to be perfect for this gear set because I can just lay on them forever. And I have that perk, one
one-man army?
No, the other one where if you get a headshot, it has a 50% chance of not taking the bullet. Yeah. So if I just land headshots, man, I can do so much damage and just keep them down.
No, I mean, it's really cool to think about the possibilities, but also what they're really into in the Division is the gear set matrix, so that you're going, I want this perk and this perk and this perk, and then you build this character that does what you want them to do.
Exactly. And like for me, I would totally go with the Tactician's Authority. Yeah. You get +4 that for the first 2 sets. 4,000 skill power. That's going to jump your skill power so much and have you be better at healing, better at shooting grenades, or more power.
Yep.
The second is going to be plus 20% skill haste. So that's kind of like
what is skill haste again?
Skill haste is kind of like how fast your stuff refreshes.
Oh, okay. So it's your cooldown.
Your cooldown, pretty much. Yeah. So that would be increased. And then the fourth one is a Tactician's Authority. Every 10,000 K damage your whole group deals adds 1% skill power to you for a max of 100% bonus. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second the group isn't dealing damage. So if you're in an incursion constantly dealing damage, you're going to be getting that extra 1%
This
to your
is totally
power.
built for the incursion.
Yeah.
Because of just what we were hearing so much. It's like a flood of guys.
Yeah,
it's
so
a flood of
so this is perfect for me who likes to do a lot of skills, turrets, does healing stations, sticky bombs, all that kind of stuff, the smart covers. I'm going to be doing that constantly because we're just constantly doing damage.
And your cooldown will just constantly refresh itself. Like, yeah, you would be a pretty unstoppable character with that.
And then Sentry's Call is pretty cool for the people who want to stay in the back and just snipe all the time. The first set, you're going to get 30% headshot damage increase. The second bonus is going to be plus 20% damage to elites.
Because anytime you could start doing the boss damage, that's huge.
And then the bonus set is Stalker. Headshot marks the enemy and increases the damage inflicted on the target by 15% for the duration of 10 seconds each. A target can receive up to 3 marks. Now, I don't know if
3 headshots. How is he not dead yet?
Yeah. Well, also they're going to be much higher leveled enemies.
Yeah, that's true.
But one thing I want to know is if the damage inflicted affects the whole group, like we can all do damage on him for an extra 10 or 15%, or is it just that person who shot him?
Yeah, because I think the Tacticians is the only one that levels out to the whole group, right?
Kinda, yeah. The whole group
it has the group.
The whole group's efforts affect the tactician.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you shoot the guy, the whole group can then focus on the enemy.
Right. Oh yeah, because everyone can. Yeah, it tags them. Right.
And then the Path of Nomad one for all those people in Dark Zone who are assholes and like to go rogue.
Right. And this one also, I'm pretty sure, only drops in the Dark Zone.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can't get this just through PvE play.
Yeah, but the first set is Path of Nomad, and it gives you 50% scavenging, which is really cool. You get higher drops or higher quality drops. Plus, the second set is plus 20% health on a kill, which is great.
Awesome. If you drop somebody and your health gets that bump right back, it's huge. Because you eat a lot of bullets in that game.
Yeah, And then the bonus talent is when receiving a fatal damage, you are instead healed to full health.
Right.
This can occur once every 10 minutes. So
it's like an instant res.
Right.
Is what it is. But you don't control it. It's not like Destiny where you hit your super and you pop back alive.
No, it's instant.
It's instant.
So once you get that fatal hit, it'll just bump right back to full health. Yeah. But then you have to wait like a 10-minute cooldown before it can be used again. But there's I don't think there's going to be any marker indicating, hey, it's ready.
Right.
It's just kind of like, oh, crap, has it been 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't think, it's not going to have a cooldown timer or anything like that. So that's the kind of the newest stuff from the Division. That's probably the biggest stuff. We're not going to go over any more of the Destiny stuff because everything now is just rumors. They're talking about what exotics are coming or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're not going to really cover that too much. But in terms of cross-platform gaming, oh, by the way, there is exclusives for PlayStation 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, for Xbox.
For Xbox,
Division is Xbox. I always forget that.
Yeah.
But we're going to start talking about cross-network gaming. Sony released a couple of, they're not right-on statements where they're like, yes, we're doing this.
They're very vague.
Yeah, it's kind of like the NFL coming to Las Vegas, where it's like, suddenly we're not against it anymore. It's
in the realm of possibility in the near future or something like that.
But we're just going to keep it under wraps.
Right. And they also, they say, well, it's kind of on the developers.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
Well, they've always said that when this first came about, they said that also, saying that we've always had cross-platform. We did it with PCs back in the PlayStation 2 days. We've done it between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, and now they're coming back and saying, well, we can do it. We're open to it, but it's more about the publishers and the developers on what they want to do. Ultimately, they have the say. So they're kind of like tossing it to the developers at this point.
My only question would be for the entire thing is PlayStation has better graphics. So do they bump it down to you? Do you bump up? When you're an Xbox user and you're talking to a PlayStation guy, how does that interchange happen?
I'm sure it's only going to work with third-party developers because those are the only ones that you'll see on multiple platforms. Yeah. And at that point, the resolution's already pretty even.
I know they're close, but I'm just saying it is different.
Slightly. I don't think there's any game...
Well, GTA, for example, has
been... that would be obviously one of the big ones that would do this.
Yeah. Well, GTA, from what I've heard now, I've never played it on Xbox, so I couldn't tell you firsthand, but I've heard that it looks better on PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you Battlefront looks a little bit better on PlayStation. When we played it, that even just the demo, like it'll blow you away. But
well, I guess the only thing they would need to know, the only thing that they would need to render, like PlayStation would just need to render your character.
Yes.
All it would need is it's your information of where you are and what you're shooting at.
Right.
And then it can render itself in its own graphics. Same thing with the Xbox One. I just need to know where Adam's character is in his portrayal, and where he's shooting, and then my console will render his character.
The other thing too is Microsoft kind of looks like the good guy in this by going, "Whoa, we're ready to do it." You know, you also own PC, so like it's not that big a deal that you could talk to PC.
Yeah.
The other thing is Sony has the most to lose here. This is the number one console. So like if all things are even, why would you go Sony? Why would you know what I'm saying? Like if you're just picking between two equals, they would technically probably end up losing market share, or they could. I mean, PlayStation people are PlayStation people. That's just how it is. But like you're talking about new people coming into the market, or younger people finally leveling up to a large, to the big time system. Would you, worry about that little bit of, well, they're the same, and Best Buy only has Xbox in stock, so I bought an Xbox. Like, you probably don't want to go down that road.
Although people who are cutting the cord would want to go to PlayStation because of this PlayStation View.
Right,
now, and I think this is really interesting.
This is the next thing, and like Xbox has integrated television, but that's it.
You still have to pay for a
you
cable
pay
subscription.
You got to have cable, you got to have everything else, and it has DVR.
So what is the View, first of all?
Okay, the PlayStation View is basically, if you're familiar with Sling TV, it's the same thing, sort of. So it's internet based. It comes in through your Wi-Fi or through your Ethernet cable.
So it's like a Roku type of thing?
It's like a Roku, but you will get terrestrial channels. So you'll get a package of channels just like you would through your cable, except for it comes through your internet instead. So this is how they're bypassing the cable company. It's all dependent on PlayStation Network, which again is good because it's not like, I mean, Xbox goes down all the time. PlayStation rarely goes down, so that's a positive. It's you pay for packages just like you would a cable service.
Yeah.
This is a way for them to kind of say cut the cord, but essentially you're not really cutting the cord.
Yeah, you're still paying. I mean,
you're still paying a pretty high level, but the content's high.
Yeah.
You get a cloud-based DVR. Now, I think that right there,
that's cool.
Standalone would be a product someone could sell.
Yeah.
If I could sell you cloud DVR to where you could keep as many shows as you wanted on it, you just pay me for the service time, like it'd be like $10 a month or something like that.
Well, already with my cable package, I'm paying $10 a month for this service, and then each box is another $10 to play through my whole house. It's like almost $20 a month on just DVR service alone.
And all you're
you're limited to how much hard drive space you have on your DVR.
Exactly. So you get an unlimited DVR. Their limits, though, are 28 days.
Which is fine.
And the 28 days is not renewable, though. So if for some reason you don't get to something in the 4 weeks, it goes away.
Yeah,
you don't have any choice.
That's 4 weeks.
That is on you. You had 4 weeks to watch the damn thing. So.
And the packages are pretty reasonably priced. Like for 55 channels or plus, it's $30. For 70 channels plus, it's $35. And then 100 channels plus is $45.
Now you do have to tack that on to the fact that you have a $400 gaming system doing this. And you have to tack that on to, you got to pay for your internet. And you're probably getting internet through your cable company.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. But if you level it all down, you're going to be saving money long term, no matter what. It's just probably, it's not the cut the cord that you want. You want that, like, I'm paying them $0. That's not
the beauty part about like cable internet or just broadband in general is that the speeds are getting higher, and they're pretty consistently getting higher, and the prices are getting lower.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I mean, you can get more than adequate speed for a very affordable price.
Yeah.
Now I go apeshit on mine and get the highest that they offer just because I feel like I need to.
Right. Well, I've had that argument with CenturyLink on my front doorstep.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, well, we have this. No, you don't. You have DSL.
Yeah.
You're not sending a terabyte through that line. You keep saying that you are, but you're not.
It's impossible.
There's no way you're doing it. And I don't do that much. I mean, I upload the occasional video and stuff like that, but I like having that access. Mm-hmm. You know, I want my Xbox not to get all screwed up or slow down or have me glitching all over the screen or something
especially
like
with our world now, where everyone has an iPad, a phone.
Yeah, there's times where we're streaming Roku in the living room. My son's playing online in the bedroom, and somebody's got a phone open and everything else. So, okay, on top of that, I wanted to add in the major markets. So the top 5 major markets will get standard channels. You'll get your networks, and the places who don't, you kind of get whatever's close to you in the top 5. So you're NBC, ABC, all that stuff. No CW.
Cool. Damn.
Okay. All right, and finally we got to talk about Rogue One. All right, so Tuesday, the Rogue One trailer dropped, and like I don't know why this caught me by surprise. Like I was telling you, I was sitting at work, and then I saw the countdown going on Good Morning America to the trailer, and you know Good Morning America is on ABC, so it's Disney, and so I'm like, that drops today? Like, how did I not know this? Like, you know, Star Wars stuff doesn't usually catch me off guard.
See, I didn't worry about it because I knew as soon as it dropped, all of my friends would be texting me the link to it.
Right.
So I had like 5 links ready to go on my text on my text messages. I'm like, okay, time to go look at it.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I knew it was coming. I'm familiar with the story. What is throwing me off is how many people are going, what? Why are they making another Star Wars movie? And I'm like,
you knew about this for like a year.
Yeah, like this is not a secret. It's kind of like the Marvel MCU. I mean, these are more people who aren't tied up in Star Wars crap.
What I heard
adults.
was more people complaining about the sound of the siren.
The siren that doesn't sound like
and it does sound tweaked. I will admit, it doesn't sound like the original, but people are like going ape shit over like it's not the same. How could they do that? It's like
a siren.
It's a siren. Who cares?
Yeah, I heard it and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It does sound different. Technically, it's before the first movie, so it could be different. It's also on another planet. It's also a frickin' siren. Who cares? Like, that's not anything to really be weird about. The other thing is, I'll recap this really fast in case someone doesn't know this. And again, I've had people ask me, like, what is this movie? What is Rogue One?
Where does it take place?
Where does it take place? Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, is it a prequel? I'm like, it's kind of a prequel. Yeah. It's also a standalone film.
Or like, what did they do for the Handsome Jack collections? The pre-sequel?
Yeah, pre-sequel. So I mean, again, it's not any of the characters you know. Some, but they're like auxiliary characters you saw in the background of one shot one time or something like that. So it's kind of characters you know, but it's a story you know because it's referred to throughout the film. Mm-hmm. At least the 1977 New Hope, which is the plans for the Death Star were stolen and given to Princess Leia. Princess Leia's ship's getting boarded.
Yep.
She gives them to R2-D2, and that's where Star Wars starts. So this is the story of the Rogue One squadron that stole the plans for the original Death Star. It stars Felicity Jones, who I'm not real familiar with her.
Yeah.
She's in apparently Spider-Man. I'm like, what? I didn't see that Spider-Man, so I stopped watching Spider-Man a while ago.
Well, I
think she's in 2. She's in the James Garfield ones or whatever.
Wasn't she
the Amazing ones? Is she Gwen Stacy?
No, she was not Gwen Stacy. No. She was Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. All right, but her name in the movie is Jyn Erso, and she's a rebel, as she states. Which a lot of people are using that, and I'm like, that's a really kind of cheesy line. I'm sorry, but it is.
She looks like a badass, though.
Yeah.
Like, in the movie, in the trailer, she looked awesome.
And it's kind of fun. They're really expanding out the universe, because a lot of people criticize Star Wars a little bit. You know, there was, like, one black guy in the entire universe.
Yeah.
And now we have an Asian guy.
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen is going to be in Star Wars. I wonder if he's a Force user. There's some goofy rumors, like is he some sort of Jedi? You know, because there's a couple of the scattered Jedi, as we know from like Star Wars Rebels and things like that. This could also get into the Force users that aren't necessarily Jedis. Mm-hmm. There's also a theory online based on the way he's walking and what he's doing. Is he blind? Is he a blind guy?
Oh,
I can't really tell from the trailer. I mean, I'm speculating wildly with rumors.
It still was really cool to see some martial arts in Star Wars.
It's kind of a cool thing to think of, that there's a martial arts element now in the universe. And also, this is the first Star Wars film, and this is going to lead to the TV shows and some other things that are in the world that don't exist with Luke Skywalker and all the characters that you know and love. This is the world, but stories within the world.
Although there is a character that we do remember, and that's what's her name, Mon
Mothma.
Yeah, I can never say her name.
And like we were talking to this before, that is not a digital recreation of her.
I thought they were going to do that.
No, that's an actress who just looks remarkably like the original woman who played Mon Mothma, who is either really old or dead, and I'm not sure which.
She's completely identical. Like, it looks amazing. I wonder if they did.
That's
they
might have
in Ant-Man, how they made
Michael Douglas look younger.
I wonder if they altered her face a little bit digitally, but it looks spot on.
Yes. And there's also the rumor that Grand Moff Tarkin will be in the movie as a completely digital character.
I think that's who we saw in the white suit with the white cape. But then that's also what's his name? Ben
Mendelsohn.
Mendelsohn, yeah.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn is listed as that character, but again, because the shots are so far, and the other shot you see from it is from behind.
Yeah.
You never know if they've altered the face.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't really look like the man who played Grand Moff Tarkin. I can't remember his name at the time. But yeah, the rumor was that he was fully digitally recreated.
Yeah.
The other rumor, and which I'm really surprised is not in the trailer, because this would have just blew the trailer out, would have been that Darth Vader is supposed to be in the film. And not only in the film, like wrecking ass on battlefields.
Yeah,
like
you
the
see
Darth Vader that is feared, because you never really see that.
Yeah, you hear the legends, you hear them talk about, oh my god, he's the most feared Sith in the world, and it's like, well, you never see him do anything except for choking people.
Right. So this could be really cool. They're also wondering who's going to play him. If it's going to be David Prowse, who played him originally, like physically, he's also super old, so he may not be able to do it. There's also rumors that they may not be able to get James Earl Jones to do the voice.
But luckily
which
they
would suck.
Yeah, that would suck. But luckily they have a lot of people out there who do fan films, and what's the one guy that does the Chuck Vader or whatever?
Oh, yeah, Chad Vader.
Chad Vader, yeah. Like he sounds great. Like he's done Vader in video game.
Has he?
Voiceovers also. So it's like, get him to come back.
As long as they don't get the guy from Battlefront, I'm fine. Because that dude, that's not even close. So it's just like a guy with a hand over his mouth going, I'm Darth Vader.
But I think ideally, get James Earl Jones to do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's older and he may not want to do it, but I don't know.
He's still around. He's still got that voice.
They were going to put Christensen in the suit.
Oh God, no! Why?
I don't know, but he's not big enough. I don't think. I think Darth Vader the original Vader was like 6'8" or something like that.
Yeah, who cares about him? He had his time. He ruined it. Just move on.
But again, like, don't do anything weird. Like, don't go Lucas on this and give someone an accent or a voice that they don't have, like they did with Stormtroopers, which never made any damn sense.
Yeah.
But on top of that, Gareth Edwards is the director of this movie. You go on his IMDb, dude's got 9 credits. That's it.
You know, it's funny, though. The Stormtroopers were all Americans, but all the officers were British.
Yeah. But they dubbed their voices because they realized halfway through that people in space wouldn't have British accents. But then now it's like with The Force Awakens, Rey has a British accent. Yeah. Forrest Whitaker in this has a weird British accent or something. I don't know. But anyway, Gareth Edwards. And what I want to talk about is that the film series under Disney, a lot of people were worried about what they were going to do with it. But I think what they've done, and to their credit, is put it in the hands of fans and people who love the stories and would never bastardize the story for some weird reason.
Right.
Like Lucas might have. But anyway, Gareth Edwards, so 9 film credits. His biggest movie was the Godzilla movie that just came out that didn't suck.
Yeah, and people said it was good.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah. He actually has multiple monster movies on his resume. So I'm like, that's probably good. From a practical effects standpoint, it's probably fun. The same guy, which is weird, who did the prequels and The Force Awakens is the practical effects guy on this movie. Again, that's super deep shit.
There's one scene in the trailer that kind of reminds me of like the Godzilla movie is when they're all running towards the AT
on the beach.
Yeah, the AT-AT, and just it's shooting it down at them, and they get blown up, and they're just dodging bullets or laser blasts here and there. I'm like, that's an awesome shot.
That's a great shot. Yeah, like I love that. I love that it looks gritty, but it still looks like Force Awakens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the way it looks. They could have gone crazy with it and did whatever because it is a standalone film. This can be whatever it is, and these characters may not live beyond this point in terms of the storylines. I think it's a great concept, a great story. It's going to push things forward, and then I think this will lead into more of the TV stuff that I'm hearing. That there's going to be at least, I've heard 2 live-action television shows that are in the works somewhere along the lines. I don't know where they exist in the world, though. Like, I don't know if they're Rebel soldiers or if they're just... It's a Cheers knockoff and it's in the cantina.
That would be awesome. Oh my god.
I think that'd be great. Occasionally murdering somebody would be, that's really what Cheers do.
Then everything just kind of goes back to normal.
Yeah. So, by the way, he also has Godzilla 2 is in the works. So
nice.
I learned that on IMDb. So
now, how cool was it to see the final piece of the Death Star being put into the trailer? Yeah. Like that looked cool, and it looked good. Like it looked like a model.
Yeah.
Like, they just took it right out of storage, just took that piece out and put it on.
You know what I liked about it too? I was thinking of like the weird argument they have in Clerks about how many contractors died during the build of the Death Star. But yeah, I think that about does it. So really excited for Rogue One. Yes. We'll keep you updated if we come across any fun rumors or goofy stuff that's gonna happen. And I think in a weird way, I mean, Force Awakens had good reviews, not great reviews, but I think this movie might actually be a better film, because it has more freedom, and it just exists in a world that we all love. So.
It's also more relatable to like old school Star Wars fans, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, and I think it's cool to see more of the rebel element of what they're doing.
Yeah,
because they're kind of the rebels and the good guys and bad guys, and we're like, hey, whatever. But like breaking into a place and stealing a piece of whatever is a cool part of like war that happens. You think about World War II, where these guys would go deep behind enemy lines and steal something, and that change the tide of the war. So it's kind of a cool, it's a great concept. I think it's going to be an awesome film. So yeah, that about does it for episode 25. We're going to trail off here. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we do all kinds of stuff on there. So hit us up and we'll talk to you next time.